What is up, guys? In today's video we have another inside the mine style video. I'm going to walk you through my thoughts and decisions as I play in Fortnite Zero Build. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like some more, and let's get right into it. I think in this game I'm going to be landing at Pleasant Piazza. It's been one of my favorite POIs of this season. Part of that kind of got affected in the most recent update because the Frenzy auto shotgun was nerfed and it just doesn't feel as consistent or as good to use anymore. But I think it's still a really good POI, and one of the things I really like about it is it has like solid third-party timing into Grim Gate, which Grim Gate medallion is really OP. I've had a lot of people ask me, like, how do you stop losing to the Grim Gate medallion? Unfortunately, I think the easiest way to stop losing to it is just to get it yourself. And then there also is a radio tower here and several weapon bunkers that can potentially spawn in the area as well. The radio tower did not spawn here this game, but even recently, I've just been much preferring landing or like going Grim Gate afterwards if that medallion hasn't been claimed. Like if I clear Pleasant and I see the Grim Gate medallion still hasn't been taken, I'll go over towards Grim Gate. If it's already been taken and that player's like left or like in an area that's like feels more inconvenient to deal with, maybe then I would go to the radio tower at that point. But I have been very much prioritizing getting the Grim Gate medallion. And it might take a decent amount of time to clear Pleasant, and it is a decent ways away from Grim Gate. It's not like they're like, you know, the closest POIs ever, but with how many people typically land Grim Gate, it takes a while for that POI to finish being cleared and finish fighting. So it's not always that like I can third party afterwards, but it's a solid amount of the time. But take the auto shotgun. It got nerfed, but I'd still rather have a white auto over a green pump in Zero Build. No vending machine here. I highly recommend checking your vending machine spawns whenever you do land in an area, because the way the vending machines work in season 2 is that they're random. And so whether or not they spawn is random game to game, but also what is inside them. And with the recent nerf to snipers, or this week's nerf to snipers, it's should be a little more inconvenient to find a sniper because they vaulted to green and blue and now there's only purple and gold. I really haven't had that difficult of a time getting them, and based off how my opponents play as well, it doesn't seem like they have either. But in theory, it should be harder to get snipers now, but if there's a sniper vending machine that can spawn at your POI, it can spawn snipers in there. Like sometimes the sniper vending will have DMRs, sometimes it'll have snipers, but if you do get snipers in there, like obviously that gives you that power weapon just conveniently, and so you might as well check it when you're in the POI. Grim Gate hasn't been taken yet. This. I don't think the Midas computer spawned, did it? Did not. So the Midas computer at this POI can spawn right there, and with it you can turn a weapon to gold for gold, like legendary rarity for 500 in-game gold. And I try to take advantage of that as much as possible because gold is very easy to get right now, and having a gold shotgun early on in the game is like pretty OP. We end up getting a purple one, which is also great, but would prefer legendary. This fight is not ideal for me because every moment that goes by, I feel like makes it harder for me to get to Grim Gate on time. He messed up. So he got out of his car and his car kept rolling. Earlier on in the fight though, I was really down to take the sniper v sniper fight, like when I was over here, because like I touched on, other people shouldn't have it that often this early in the game. So 9 times out of 10 taking that fight and I have a sniper, and I expect him to not have one with the changes they made. But also it's a fight that I want to have happen pretty quickly because I just want to go to Grim Gate. Like if that guy wants to leave, like cool, good for him. Like getting the Grim Gate medallion matters so much more to me than that one kill on that player. We end up getting the kill, it's great. But if I didn't get that kill, it also wouldn't be that big of a deal to me. And there was more loot I probably left behind in Pleasant. Like I maybe could have found more shockwaves, but want to get here and stop them from leaving with the medallion. I'm terrible. That Leon definitely heard that shot, right? They're fighting. I don't have eyes on it though, and I don't know if they're actually fighting. There's just a few shots. This is an area that's very weird to fight because people often just like leave. There's like people get dashes and then just spam dash away. I'm gonna do this. As always with fighting the boss locations in Fortnite, you got to be more concerned about third parties. Like, people are gonna third party you when you're fighting this. The bosses themselves are not really that threatening, or the AI themselves aren't that threatening. It's just like you make yourself vulnerable to third parties potentially. So just always keep that in mind and try to stand in areas where you kind of limit your angles. Like standing back here in this corner, I think is far more protected than like standing out in front over there. You can see some people fight it from like right in front, and it's just a needless risk in my opinion. Seems like they're fighting up there, so I'm gonna kind of look to get shots on that. He hit that though. I don't think he killed the other player. I think that winged player is still around here somewhere. But you see what I was talking about? It's like starting the boss and just kind of like playing to thin them out, but also deal with like potential third parties. Like if I waited until I killed that Leon to go for this, I am not this deep into like the boss fight yet. It takes a while to kill these bosses. I typically do not like going for shotgun damage on the boss, but that was annoying me. I'm also going to take this blue arrow over the purple just because it already has a sight on it, and I don't care that much about AR rarity. Could argue like you're going to put attachments on your guns anyways, but yeah, I just would like to have the red dot for these upcoming fights. Same with like the reason why I took the I didn't take the mythic is because I would like to go to a mod bench and put a drum mag on my shotgun at some point, and you can't customize the mythics. Like the attachments they come with is what they're stuck with. I have like no sniper ammo, man. But yeah, the attachments they come with is what you're stuck with on them. So I would rather just have a lower rarity and be able to put drum mag on it than have the extra damage. There's a line though. Like it's like purple and gold is that line for me. If I have a blue one, I'm probably gonna take the mythic. If I have a purple or gold, I'm gonna stick with that. And you could definitely say just take the mythic and then, you know, hopefully you find a purple or gold in the weapon bunker. I just don't. I would rather just have a lower rarity and have it guaranteed than have the mythic, hope I find a purple or gold and then not get it and then get stuck without drum mag, you know? Like those 2 bullets on the gatekeeper shotgun is such a big deal for me. It's kind of like opposite of what I was talking about with the AR. Like AR rarity isn't that big of a deal, so I'd rather just stick with the lower rarity and have these attachments to go. Whereas I guess both were like, I prefer the lower rarity. It's in both cases, attachments matter more to me, I guess. But typically with shotguns, I would value rarity over attachments. It's just like the gatekeeper shotgun is a unique circumstance where those two bullets just feel very like a big deal to me. Weapon bunker is gonna open. We're probably gonna take some storm damage here going for it, but it's just not the end of the world to me. And there should be white heals around here somewhere. There's a llama over there which will give white heals. And so like as far as the ARs go, in hindsight, yeah, I could take the purple AR. I could have taken the purple AR because I didn't really get in any fights between then and now. But, like, I don't know that that's going to happen, you know? Like, so much with stuff in this game, people are, like, very motivated or like comment on things that based like purely on hindsight that like you can't know in the moment. It's not a better error in the cases. It's whatever though. I didn't put 1.3 on my AR, but I don't know. I kind of like this first red dot as well in the AR. Also, when you do attachments on shotgun, make sure you reload it. For some reason, it just like removes your extended mag after you do it. Like it had drum mag going into it. I believe it had 5 bullets, but the act of me putting the laser sight on my shotgun like removed my drum mag. I don't know why, but like this game is weird with attachments. It doesn't remove the drum mag, but I have to like reload it. Okay, so now we're gonna go over here. Crossing through this underworld biome is rough, especially now I think this medallion that's near me is the underworld one, so he probably knows that I'm the Grim Gate one, or assumes that I'm the Grim Gate one. But the jewels at that gas station I marked sell shockwaves, and I think I only have 2 shockwaves, which is less than I would like to have. Medusa at fencing also sells them, but that's not in zone, and there's people over there as well. So I would rather just go to a location that's in zone. Potentially have to fight on the way, and then hopefully be good to go. The only thing is there is a weapon bunker over there as well near Jules, so this area gets hot sometimes when that bunker is there. If that bunker wasn't there, there wouldn't be as much of a need for people to be kind of like coming to this area and hanging out in this area. But I quite like the distribution of NPCs that sell shockwaves this season. Jules is here, Medusa's at fencing, and then the lady that spawns at the graveyard area over here also sells shockwaves. That NPC can die though, so a lot of the NPCs that are quest related, they come back as ghosts when they die and you can still interact with them. But the one at that graveyard, if somebody eliminates her, she won't be there anymore. But it just like very often there will be an NPC in zone or near zone that you'll be able to buy shockwaves from with how they're distributed, which I quite like. This underworld medallion is likely on their way here. This is that weapon bunker I was talking about. I don't see or have visual audio on anything. We got bodied there. They won't let me get out. That was bad. I wanted to get out of my car sooner there, but I like messed it up. I don't know if he knows that I'm here. He will now. They're heavy fighting with shotguns, so I want to get involved. This player likely has a siphon medallion, though. Oh, that wasn't them. There may or may not be another person there. I don't know if they got their kill. This Jules gave me an extra big pot earlier, though, so we can take that. What I was going to say, though, is I thought that person was the one with Underworld medallion, so we can third party that fight, but they're likely going to get siphoned back if they get that kill I got. Or if they get that kill before I get there. They got the kill, but neither of those players had the medallion. Old Gatekeeper shotgun here with drum mag. It has a sight on it, which I don't know if I prefer or not. So like I might jinx it, but like anytime I've had a red dot Gatekeeper, oh, there's a guy right there. Anytime I've had a red dot Gatekeeper shotgun and aimed in, like it hits hard. And this is a gun that like has, you know, accuracy can turn to decent ranges. He's getting sniped from the back. Also got to worry about to my right. This is not a good location to just be hanging out in. He's behind this rock. No, he's in the bush. Oh, no, he's not. Another medallion player's about to be here. They're fighting? Not heavy fighting, though. I think it's just one shot, two shotgun shots. I don't want to get in the middle of that when they're not actually fighting and then just be the one that gets most attention. GG. And that is why the Cerberus medallion is overpowered. It's just like so much easier for me to play that fight than him. And he had some dashes, I think, but like his aren't just gonna keep coming back. Like mine are. If any of these G-Wagons are usable. He had Zeus medallion. Why? Oh, it's too good. I'm like trying to dash when I have none. I was gonna say he has Zeus medallion, which some people really like. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I mess up my shockwaves a lot when I have it, and I feel like I don't even know if it affects how much you run out of sprint, but I feel like I'm constantly running out of sprint when I have it. But I kind of always feel that way when playing this game, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure this guy I'm fighting has Underworld medallion. Yep. The other medallion was never claimed. Just sitting behind that Lambo. I think third parties are going to be more problematic for him than me, though. I have footsteps on me. I don't think it's the guy that we were just fighting, though. Oh, it is. Okay. I didn't see when he started moving. Can't hit snipes at all right now, man. Both players are struggling. Another G-Wagon over here. I don't know if this one's in decent condition, though. It's not. Dang, I thought that one was going to hit. I think I would be better off with 4x this game. Like, some days I have a really good feel for the thermal, and just, I don't know. Sometimes I don't. And not been my game with it. He was like committed to blowing up the G-Wagon, which is what I really want. He's fighting somebody else. This is kind of like what I was talking about earlier. I didn't want to like third party that fight if they weren't like actually fighting, and then we just end up in the middle getting focused by both players. Kind of like what happened there. And that guy does have Underworld medallion, so like going into that, I was gonna assume that he was not just like super weak because he just fought. This siphon, like 50 siphon isn't the greatest, but it makes a difference. Like you can still third party them, but you need to just not have the mindset that they're one shot just because you're third partying them. He's probably gonna be in this bush, which is rough for me. GG's. That guy's a good player. A solid player. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of it was on me. That car is super weak. Just not hitting snipes at all. Here's a healthier car. I could heal, but I don't want to use a big pot for just 14 shield. I do have the siphon medallion, so if we get like lucky sniper AR tags on somebody, we can get a kill without taking much damage. That visual audio of footsteps behind me. I'm gonna drive this car a bit. Try to turn back. They might be in this little crevice here. Are they leaving? I think they're AI. So I think the other guy is somewhere over there. I think it's that guy that like ran, that we tried to third party and then they ran past us. They like shockwaved in a storm. A lot of time has passed, though. They may have wrapped back in, but I expect them to be on this side of the zone somewhat. I'm gonna run this bush over. Oh, they're in here. Alright, GG's. I was about to dash behind him. I think the ending of the game kind of messed up my dash, but I would have like been directly behind him, I think, and we just like straight break his ankles. And that's the gatekeeper medallion is just so broken, or Cerberus medallion, sorry, is just so busted. Anytime you can just dash behind somebody, it is awkward for them to react to. I think the biggest importance for that in game was just like that last fight there was just actually breaking the bush. As a controller player, the bush removes aim assist, so it's not ideal for you to be fighting around, you know. So I very much wanted to make sure I destroyed that bush before getting out of the car, and then we could just car fight him and just dash behind him if needed. My first shot was only 32 damage. I would have liked it to be more, but it's just hard for that person to win the fight. I have a gold gatekeeper with 5-round drum. I'm full HP, and I have the Cerberus medallion. It's a hard shotgun fight to win. I think your best bet when playing against that is try to beat them at range, and maybe try to beat them when their dashes are down. Like if you see them use their dashes just to get around the map, that's like a good time to engage on them. Like if I'm fighting somebody using the Cerberus medallion and I see that opportunity present itself, I'm probably going to try to go harder on closing that kill than I would otherwise, because like the longer it goes and the more they can regenerate the dashes, the more they can kind of just like use it to outplay you. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys found this helpful, informative, interesting. As always, if you did, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like some more, and I will see you guys in the next one. That was my 99th crown win. Unfortunately, not my 100th, but GG's.